New batsman is the Australian captain, Steve Waugh. And if Australia had to choose a batsman to come in at this position, it would have to be Steve Waugh. He's proven over the years how good he is in a crisis. Now, where did that go? Certainly not where he intended. Looking to push it on the onside and squirting away off the outside edge, just behind square in the offside. A couple. Australia moved to 43 for 3.
And slashes it through the covers. He put his back foot in a bucket of cement, Steve Waugh, and stayed there and then just thrashed it. Hit by Jason Gillespie in the nets. Oh, lovely shot. A trademark Steve Waugh shot on the back foot and punching it past the bowler. And in fact, it's gone all the way. So it's just a strong back defence, if you like, that goes to the boundary.
He's got very strong wrists, Stephen Waugh. Full evidence there. Just onto the back foot again and just punches it straight back past the bowler.
And again, Waugh shows the strength in his forearms. Just gets into that position of a forward defence and punches it at the moment of impact. And right down towards the boundary, but 3 runs.
Just 1 man at bat pad. Brian Lara at slip. Pretty regulation field.
Typical Steve Waugh shot. What a way to greet the off spinner, dipping at the knee and putting it over mid-wicket for 4.
Waugh brings up his 50. So a classic shot by Steve Waugh, and again the Australian captain comes to the fore when his side is in trouble. He brings up another half-century, and a very important one. He came in at 36 for 3, and they put on 93, of which he's made a half-century.
And a very positive knock as well from Steve Waugh, looking to take the initiative back from the West Indies.
So runs coming, if not freely for the Australians, at a reasonably good rate, causing some pressure for the West Indies and to Brian Lara. So at the end of the over, it is 130 for 3.
Gone through. Found the gap between extra cover and mid-off. Superb stroke from Steve Waugh. 10 off the over, 167 for 4.
Oh, lovely shot. Beautiful placement by Steve Waugh. Didn't quite time it as well as he would have liked, but it still raced away on this outfit that as the day wears on is becoming quicker and quicker with the sunshine, and that is yet another boundary for the Australian captain, who is in sparkling form. And there he goes again. That is called the full face of the bat meeting the ball. And yet another boundary for Waugh.
And now here we go again.
And no need to run for that, sunshine. That is a forearm jolt for 4.
Well, if you thought he struck the other ones effortlessly, this one he put a little bit in, a little bit more muscle power in this one. This one flies to the boundary, straight down the ground.
The back brushing the pad. Good decision by the solid umpire, Eddie Nichols. And Adams has work to do, but it will pass him and go for 4. Fine stroke by Steve Waugh. A good retort to the previous delivery. Just past second slip. Down to the boundary for 4. Reddy went after it. Carries him to 99.
What a player Steve Waugh has been, particularly in the last 4 or 5 years, and even more so the last couple of years. And that's it. So the third man comes into play, but Steve Waugh doesn't look for 2. He's more than happy to pick up his 19th Test century. He now equals Mark Taylor and is 6th on the Australian list as Once again, we have a number of idiots running onto the ground. Most of these have travelled a long way, but, well, we said it before. We said it in Jamaica when Brian Lara brought up 200. There's no place in the game for this. And if you're going to come to the cricket, just come to the cricket, enjoy it, and let the player enjoy his own celebrations, which he has earned after making a century. And, well, we don't want to see cricket played behind barbed wire, but the more this happens, the more chances that somebody gets hurt.
Yes, unfortunately it is ridiculous, but a very good knock there, Steve Waugh. Congratulations, going around 100 off 149 deliveries, 10 fours, and I can tell you most of those with magic boundaries.
But he's come back well. Probably should have bowled a few more overs, I think, in that middle session.
Got it through. There's no protection out there for him now. And as soon as he drops short, as was the case early on, the batsmen have room to put him away. And that's a fine stroke by Steve Waugh.
That's a lot of no balls. We're complimenting the West Indies in Trinidad when they hadn't to bowl any.
Lovely shot. It's been a trade of Steve Waugh today. The straight driving off both the front and the back foot. And that's just a hard forward defence. It's gone for four.
So we just might see Jimmy Adams bowling one over from the pavilion end.
And Waugh goes. And Waugh goes to the boundary. So the man is at mid-wicket. Adams at square leg, but Steve Waugh has picked up yet another boundary.
The fast bowlers, a new ball with just about 6 overs left.
In the air and over the head. So just a touch of luck for Steve Waugh. Didn't quite get there, but decided to go through the shot. And he picked out a tall man at mid-on, but he survived.
Fortune favouring the brave. He has been a bit adventurous, Steve Waugh, in the latter stages of his innings. That ball seemingly just brushing Courtney Walsh's fingers. But just
a big 6 to finish the over. What a great shot. Australia move on to 392 for 4. More than a lot of other bowlers.
Well struck. That's gone away to the boundary. That's going to be 4. So having beaten the bat with one delivery, he's tucked away for 4 off the next.
As far as the second session concerned, but that was an aggressive shot from Stephen Waugh.
And he's placed that very well. Long chase around for Adrian Griffith. Makes a dive, but he doesn't save it. Goes into the boundary. A good effort by Griffith. Ball always going away from him. and that raises the 400 for Australia.
Bit of a gift for Stephen Waugh in this form, and no man at cover. Griffiths makes the despairing lunge, gets a bit of a unfortunate bounce.
I wonder he's tired.
I think he's done well to stay awake. Not that the batting's boring or the cricket is, but sitting there waiting to go in.
Lovely shot from Waugh. It takes him to 196. Umpire for Steve Waugh, you ready? Mac Fingal trying to put a spell on the Australians. And a big shout, and right in front of him. 199. He has been dismissed for 199. He's made 2 99s in Test cricket, and now 199. And the curse of Mac Fingal has worked again. Steve Waugh out. LBW to Perry. 199.
Well, this is how it happened. Back he goes off the crease. Just missed that delivery. He is back a long way. May have missed leg, but the umpire doesn't think that. That man on screen, the white coat, Mac Fingal, put the knocker on him. Unfortunately, Steve Waugh on his way. A tremendous innings of 199. Absolute sensational.